Hello, everyone, and welcome to English Listening Practice Hub. My name is Emma, and I am so happy that you are here with me today. Take a deep breath, relax your shoulders, and let your mind settle for a moment. You are in a safe space, a quiet place, where learning English becomes natural and gentle. Today, we are going on a simple journey together. A small story, a daily moment, a part of life that is familiar to almost everyone. In this episode, I will share a warm, calm, and comforting story called I Go to the Market. It is a story about a quiet morning, a simple routine, and the small joys we often forget to notice. Through this story, you will hear natural English sentences, everyday vocabulary, and soft emotional reflections. Everything will be slow, clear, and easy to follow. Imagine that you are walking beside me. Imagine that you are listening to the world around us. Imagine that every word helps you learn, without stress, without pressure, just like a gentle conversation with a friend. Before we begin, let me tell you what the story is about. It is morning. The sun is soft and golden. The air feels fresh after a long night. And I, Emma, decide to go to the local market near my home. It is a place full of colors, sounds, people, and small magical moments that make life feel full and warm. In the market, I meet different people. I see fresh fruits and vegetables. I hear laughter, quiet conversations, the sound of footsteps, and the gentle rustle of bags and baskets. And while I walk through the market, something inside me changes. A simple trip becomes a small lesson about presence, gratitude, and the beauty of noticing life. As you listen, try to picture each scene. Try to feel the emotions. Let the English come to you naturally. You do not need to translate in your head. Just listen. Let the meaning appear slowly, like a sunrise. Today's goal is simple. You will practice English in a calm, natural story. You will learn new vocabulary without forcing yourself. You will become more comfortable with daily conversation patterns. And most importantly, you will enjoy the experience.
So, settle in.
Relax. Listen to the quiet rhythm of my voice. Let this story be a soft moment in your day. A moment just for you. Now, let's begin our journey. Let's step into the morning light. Let's open the door and walk together to the market. I wake up slowly, with the soft sound of birds outside my window. The sky is still pale, almost silver, as the sun begins to rise. I stretch my arms and breathe in the cool morning air. It feels peaceful. It feels like the perfect day to go outside, to see people, and to enjoy the gentle energy of a new morning. I look around my small kitchen and smile. I notice that I am running low on fruit. I need apples. I need bread. And maybe something sweet.
Soy decide.
Today, I will go to the market. I pick up my tote bag. It is simple, made of soft cloth, and I always use it when I go shopping. It feels familiar in my hand. It reminds me of many other mornings just like this one. When I open my front door, a small breeze greets me. It brushes against my skin, cool and refreshing. The street is quiet. Only a few people are walking. Some are heading to work. Some are walking their dogs. Some are enjoying the peaceful start of the day, just like me. The air feels clean. The light feels calm. And step by step, I begin my walk toward the market. As I walk, I listen. I listen to the birds. I listen to the soft hum of the city waking up. I listen to the sound of my own footsteps on the sidewalk. There is something soothing about mornings, something honest and simple. And as I walk forward, I feel something warm in my chest, a small happiness, a quiet excitement, because I know the market will be full of life, full of color, full of stories. And this is where our journey truly begins. I walk slowly down the street with my tote bag in my hand. The city is calm, but it is not empty. I see a woman opening the window of her small apartment. She looks outside for a moment, then disappears again. I see a young man jogging past me with headphones in his ears. I do not hear his music, but I can see that it makes him feel strong and awake. The sidewalks are still a little wet from the night. Maybe it rained while I was sleeping. The fresh smell of water, dust, and clean air mixes together, and I breathe it in deeply. It feels like the world has just been washed. Everything feels new. Everything feels possible. I walk past a bakery, and the smell of warm bread reaches me. For a second, I slow down. The glass window is foggy from the heat inside, and I can see rows of golden loaves, soft rolls, and sweet pastries. A woman in a white apron is arranging them carefully, one by one. She looks focused, but also gentle. Her hands move like this is her morning dance, the same every day, but always important. Good morning, I whisper softly to myself, as if I am saying it to the bread, to the bakery, to the beginning of the day. I keep walking. The market is not far now. I know the way very well. I have walked this path many times, but today it feels a little different. Maybe it is the air. Maybe it is my mood. Maybe it is simply because I am paying more attention than usual. Sometimes, when life is busy, we walk like machines. We do not look. We do not feel. We just move. But today, I want to see. I want to feel. I want this simple trip to the market to be more than just shopping. I want it to be a small, quiet moment with myself. As I turn the corner, I finally see the entrance to the market street. Colorful tents and umbrellas are lined up along the road. Some are red, some are green, some are white with little blue stripes. Under each one, there is a stall with something different: fruit, vegetables, flowers, bread, cheese, and more. The market is alive. I hear soft voices, friendly greetings, and the low murmur of people talking. Someone laughs in the distance. A child is asking many questions to her mother. A bicycle bell rings and then fades away. I step onto the market street and immediately feel the change. It is like entering a small world inside the big city. Here, time seems slower. People do not just pass each other. They stop. They talk. They choose. They smile. I walk slowly between the stalls. On my left, I see a large table full of apples. Red apples. Green apples. Some are shiny, almost reflecting the sky. Others are a little imperfect with small spots, but they look natural and real. To me, they are beautiful. Good morning, the apple seller says. His voice is warm and bright. He is an older man with kind eyes and a gentle smile. He wears a simple jacket and a hat that looks a little too big for his head. Good morning, I answer. My voice is soft, but sincere. How are you today? I am good. Thank you, he replies. It is a nice morning, isn't it? It is, I say, and I really mean it. The sun is still low, the light is still gentle, and the world feels calm. I pick up an apple and hold it in my hand. It is cool to the touch, smooth, with a tiny leaf still attached to the stem. I bring it close and smell it. It smells fresh and sweet, like a slow promise of something simple and good. These apples are from my brother's farm, the man explains. He wakes up very early to pick them. They are picked this week, very fresh. When he says this, something soft moves in my chest. I imagine his brother, somewhere outside the city, walking between trees in the early morning light, gently picking the apples one by one. I imagine the quiet fields, the cool air, the sound of leaves moving in the wind. I imagine the love and effort behind something as simple as this fruit in my hand. I will take 4, please, I say. Of course, he answers. He carefully chooses 4 apples and places them into a small paper bag. He does not rush. He treats each apple with respect, like it matters. Maybe, to him, it does. When I pay him, our fingers touch for a second as he gives me the change. His hands are warm and a little rough, like someone who works hard but still smiles easily. Have a wonderful day, he says. You too, I reply, and I walk on. Now my tote bag is a little heavier, and it feels nice. There is something comforting about carrying simple food that will soon be in my kitchen, on my table, in my body. It makes me feel connected to the world in a quiet way. I keep walking down the street. On my right, I see a stall with fresh vegetables. Green peppers, bright orange carrots, long cucumbers, deep purple eggplants, and big, round tomatoes that look like they were painted by hand. A young woman and an older woman stand behind the table. I guess they are mother and daughter. They move in harmony, like they have done this together many times. Look, Mama, these tomatoes are perfect, the young woman says. Hold them gently, the older woman answers. We want people to feel how good they are, not just see them. I smile as I pass by. I do not stop here yet. I just enjoy watching them for a moment, watching this small, beautiful teamwork between 2 generations. It feels like a little piece of love, hidden inside ordinary life. At the next stall, I see flowers. So many flowers. Yellow, pink, white, red, purple. Some are small and delicate, others big and dramatic. The air around them smells sweet and soft. A young man is tying a ribbon around a bouquet. Is it for someone special? I hear a customer ask him. Yes, the man answers with a shy smile. For my grandmother. It is her birthday today. The customer laughs softly. That is very sweet, she says. I feel my heart warm again. I do not know this young man. I do not know his grandmother. But for a second, I feel like I am part of that moment. I imagine an older woman with kind eyes opening the door, seeing the flowers, and smiling with surprise and joy. I continue walking, and now I arrive at my favorite part of the market, the bread stall. There are big round loaves with crispy crusts, long baguettes, small rolls with seeds on top, and sweet bread with raisins and sugar. The smell is deep and comforting. It reminds me of home, even though I cannot say exactly which home. Maybe it is the home from my childhood. Maybe it is the home I dream of. Maybe it is simply the feeling of safety. Hello again, the woman behind the stall says. I know her face. She knows mine. We do not know each other's names, but we recognize each other's mornings. Hello, I reply, and I smile. Everything looks wonderful today. Thank you, she says proudly. We woke up very early to bake all of this. Do you want your usual bread? I think for a moment. Yes, I say. But maybe also something small and sweet today. She smiles, like she was waiting for me to say that. I have just the thing, she says. She picks up a small pastry filled with cinnamon and sugar. It is soft and warm inside, she explains. A little treat for the day. I laugh softly. A little treat sounds perfect, I say. She wraps the bread and the pastry carefully and hands them to me. When I pay her, she adds, I hope today is a gentle day for you. Her words surprise me a little. A gentle day, not a busy day, not a productive day, a gentle day. I repeat the phrase in my mind. It feels like a small gift. Thank you, I say, and I mean it. I hope your day is gentle too. Now my tote bag is heavier. I have apples, bread, and something sweet. I feel the weight in my hand, but it is a good weight. It feels like care. Care for myself. Care from other people too, even if they do not know me well. I keep walking through the market slowly, without hurry. I look at people's faces. Some look tired.
Some look excited.
Some look worried, like they are thinking of something far away. But many of them are smiling, even just a little, as they choose food, talk to sellers, or walk with their families. All of this, all these small exchanges, these looks, these short conversations, they create a soft feeling in the air, a feeling of connection. I realize that coming to the market is not only about buying things, it is also about being part of something. A small community, a gentle morning rhythm, a simple human place. I take another deep breath and let it out slowly. In this moment, in the middle of this busy but peaceful market, I feel quietly happy. Not a loud, explosive happiness, just a soft, steady one, like the feeling of warm tea in your hands. And as I stand there between the stalls, holding my bag of apples and bread, I know that this simple trip is giving me more than food. It is giving me space. It is giving me calm. It is giving me a chance to remember what really matters to me. I look ahead, and my eyes fall on another stall at the end of the street. There is a bright orange sign, and I see glass jars shining in the light. Curious, I begin to walk toward it. I walk toward the bright orange sign, curious about the shining glass jars on the table. As I get closer, I begin to see the different colors inside them. Deep red, golden yellow, soft purple, bright orange. Each jar seems to capture a tiny piece of sunlight. It looks beautiful, almost magical, like small treasures lined up neatly in a row. Behind the table stands a woman, probably in her early 50s, with short curly hair and a warm smile. She is arranging the jars carefully, wiping each one with a clean cloth so that they look even brighter. She notices me approaching, and her smile grows. "Good morning," she says softly, like her voice itself is a warm cup of tea. "Good morning," I answer, feeling the gentle energy around her stall. What lovely colors. What kind of jam do you sell? She lifts a jar of deep purple jam and holds it up.
This one is blackberry.
Very sweet, very rich. Then she picks up a golden jar. And this is apricot, my personal favorite. I make it every summer with fruit from my garden. I slow my breathing and listen to her voice. It is calm, steady, comforting. The kind of voice that makes you feel safe, even if you do not know the person well. Did you make all of these yourself? I ask. Yes, she says proudly. Every jar, every flavor. Some people say I work too much, but for me, this is not really work. It is love. It is my way of sharing something sweet with the world. Something in my chest softens when she says this. Sharing something sweet with the world. What a gentle idea. What a beautiful purpose for a person's day. Would you like to taste one? She asks kindly. She opens a small jar and offers me a tiny wooden spoon. I hesitate for half a second, but the smell reaches me, warm, fruity, and full of summer. I take a small taste. The sweetness spreads across my tongue slowly, not too heavy, not too sharp. It tastes like sunlight. It tastes like childhood. It tastes like a memory I didn't know I had. This is wonderful. I say honestly. She smiles again, this time with a quiet pride that feels old and pure. Food is special, she says softly. It carries stories, families, seasons, feelings. When you taste something good, you remember something good. Her words sit in my heart for a moment. I think about my own memories. I think of mornings long ago when I was little, sitting at a kitchen table with someone I loved. I cannot see the memory clearly, but I can feel it. Warm light on the table, soft laughter, the sound of a knife spreading something sweet on bread. Maybe strawberry jam, maybe apricot, maybe just the feeling of being safe. I look at the jars again, and suddenly they feel alive, like each one carries a small story inside it. I'll take one, I say. Which one? She asks. I look at the colors again. My eyes stop on the apricot jam. Bright, warm, golden, like a sunrise inside a jar. This one, I say, pointing to it. She nods as if she already knew I would choose it. She wraps it carefully in a small cloth to keep it safe in my bag. That is a happy flavor, she says. A little sunshine for your mornings. I laugh gently. I think I need a little sunshine, I say. We all do, she replies kindly. Her words touch me more deeply than I expect. I pay her, and she places the wrapped jar into my tote bag, between the apples and the bread. My bag feels full now, not just with food, but with warmth, kindness, stories. Have a sweet day, she tells me. You too, I say, and I mean it. I walk away slowly, carrying not just jam, but a quiet feeling of connection. As I move deeper into the market, the sounds begin to blend softly around me. Laughs, footsteps, voices, the clink of glass jars, the rustle of paper bags. Everything feels alive, but not crowded. The atmosphere is gentle, like a song playing quietly in the background of life. I stop for a moment and look around. People are choosing fruits. People are talking. People are giving money, receiving change, smiling at strangers. All these simple actions, repeated every day, create something comforting, something human. I lift my face slightly and feel a small breeze touch my skin. It carries the smell of bread, flowers, oranges, and early sunlight. It feels like the morning is breathing with me. I start walking again, slowly, without hurry. Inside, I feel something shifting, a little opening, a little softness. It is strange how an ordinary place like a market can do this. But maybe life is made of ordinary places that become special when we truly pay attention. My steps lead me to another part of the market where there are fewer people. The crowd is behind me, but the sounds still float in the air. I walk past a stall that sells handmade baskets, then another one with herbs tied in small bunches: rosemary, thyme, mint, lavender. Their smell mixes gently with everything else. I stop near a small fountain in the center of the market. The water flows softly, making a quiet, soothing sound. A wooden bench sits nearby, so I decide to rest for a moment. I sit down and place my tote bag beside me. It leans against my leg, warm from all the things inside it. I look around. The sunlight has grown stronger now, but it is still soft. People move like they are part of a calm dance. The market feels like a small village inside the city, a place where people know each other, greet each other, share little moments of kindness. I close my eyes for a second. I breathe in slowly. I feel the warmth of the sun on my face, the cool air on my hands, the weight of my bag pressing gently against my leg. All these sensations anchor me to this moment. A quiet moment. A real moment. Sometimes life feels like a fast wind pulling you forward. But here, sitting by this fountain with my simple groceries, I feel grounded, present, alive in a soft and peaceful way. When I open my eyes, I see a small child staring at the water of the fountain with big, curious eyes. Her mother is standing beside her. "Look," the mother says gently. "The water never stops. It keeps moving, even if we don't notice it." The little girl nods slowly, as if she is learning something very important. I watch them for a moment, and I realize something. Life is like this fountain, always moving, always flowing. And yet, we only notice its beauty when we stop long enough to really look. I sit up a little straighter, feeling calmer than before. The simple act of coming to the market, of walking through the stalls, talking to kind strangers, seeing colors, hearing sounds, it has made me feel human in a soft, meaningful way. I open my eyes fully and decide to keep walking. There is still more to see, still more to feel, still more gentle moments waiting for me somewhere in this market. I stand up, lift my bag, and walk away from the fountain, ready for whatever small beauty I might find next. I walk away from the fountain slowly, feeling the light warmth of the sun on my back. My tote bag swings gently with each step, its familiar weight comforting me. The market is fully alive now, but still soft, still human. Voices rise and fall like waves. People walk with purpose, but not with hurry. It feels like a place where time stretches just a little, giving everyone space to breathe. As I continue along the row of stalls, I see something that catches my eye. A table covered with white cloth, and on top of it, many small wooden boards filled with cheese. Different shapes, different sizes, soft white rounds, firm yellow blocks, sharp triangles wrapped in thin paper. Some have herbs sprinkled on top. Others have tiny cracks from being aged for a long, long time. Behind the table stands a man with kind eyes and a gentle smile. He seems calm, almost peaceful, as he arranges the cheeses. His movements are slow and careful, like he respects every piece he touches. I pause in front of his stall, curious. Cheese is not something I buy often, but today feels like a day for small pleasures. A day for discovering something new. A day for choosing something simply because it makes me smile. "Good morning," he says, lifting his head when he sees me. His voice is deep but soft, warm in a surprising way. "Good morning," I reply. "Your cheeses look wonderful." "Thank you," he says with a quiet pride. "My family has made cheese for 3 generations. I grew up watching my grandfather, my father, and now it is my turn. I try my best to honor them." His words touch something inside me.
Family. Tradition.
Memories passed down through hands, not books. There is something beautiful about that. "Would you like to try one?" he asks. I hesitate for a moment, just a moment, before nodding. "Yes, please," I say. He cuts a tiny piece of soft white cheese and places it on a small wooden toothpick. I taste it carefully. It melts slowly on my tongue, light and creamy, with a quiet saltiness at the end. It tastes calm. It tastes like comfort. "This is delicious," I say sincerely. He smiles again, this time with a softness that feels almost shy.
I'm glad.
"That one is made with milk from goats that graze near the mountains. My father always said mountain grass makes the best cheese." I imagine goats walking slowly over green hills, the wind moving through tall grass, the peaceful rhythm of a small farm far from the noise of the city. The image makes me feel grounded, connected to something simple and ancient. "Would you like to try another one?" he asks. "Yes," I say again. He chooses a different cheese, firmer, yellow, aged longer. When I taste it, the flavor is deeper, stronger, almost earthy, like a story told with a serious voice. "I like this one too," I say. He nods, watching me with a quiet appreciation. But then he says something unexpected. "You look like someone who needs a peaceful day." I blink, surprised. His voice isn't judgmental. It isn't curious. It is gentle, like he saw something in my eyes that I didn't realize was visible. "A peaceful day," I repeat softly. "Yes," he says. "You look like someone who carries many thoughts. Sometimes a peaceful morning helps." His words settle inside me like a stone sinking slowly into water. He is right. I do carry many thoughts. Sometimes too many. Sometimes so many that I forget to breathe deeply, forget to slow down, forget to feel the world around me. But today, here in the market, those thoughts feel softer, less sharp, less heavy. I take a slow breath and look at him. "Maybe you're right," I say quietly. "I guess I needed this morning more than I realized." He smiles, not as a seller, but as a person who understands something simple and true about life. "We all need mornings like this," he says. "Mornings that remind us we are human. Mornings that ask nothing from us. There is something powerful in his words. Not loud, not dramatic, just quietly true. I look at the cheeses again and choose one of the soft white rounds, the first one I tasted. I'll take this one, I say. Good choice, he replies. He wraps it gently, tying a small piece of brown string around the paper. It feels old-fashioned, like something from another time. As he places the cheese in my tote bag, he says, I hope today brings you exactly what you need. His words echo in my mind. Not what I want, what I need. Sometimes those two things are very different. Thank you, I whisper. He nods and turns to help another customer, but I can still feel the impact of the moment as I walk away. Something about that conversation stays with me. Something honest. Something grounding. I keep walking, and with every step, I feel the weight of my thoughts shifting. Not disappearing, but settling in a gentler place inside me. Now my tote bag holds apples, bread, sweet pastry, apricot jam, and cheese. Simple things. Good things. Things made by hands that care. As I move deeper into the market, I notice a man selling oranges. Bright circles of warm color fill the table. Yellow, light orange, deep orange. They glow like small suns under the morning light. He is arranging them into a pyramid, concentrating so hard that the tip of his tongue is sticking out just slightly. He looks so serious, but also a little funny, and I can't help smiling. At that exact moment, one orange rolls off the pyramid and lands on the table. He catches it quickly, surprised, and then laughs at himself. I laugh too. It's a small moment, simple and human, but somehow it breaks something open inside me. A small window of joy, a moment of honest, shared humanity between strangers. He hears my laugh and smiles at me. These oranges have a mind of their own, he says playfully. I can see that, I reply. They're trying to escape. He laughs again, wiping his hands on his apron. Maybe they don't like being stacked. His joking tone lightens the air around us. It feels easy to talk to him, comfortable, like speaking to a friend you didn't know you had. Would you like one? He asks. They're very sweet today. He cuts a small slice and offers it to me. The smell hits me immediately, fresh, bright, full of sunshine. When I taste it, the juice bursts across my tongue, sweet and slightly tangy. It tastes like a happy morning. That's wonderful, I say. I told you, he replies with a grin. My oranges never lie. I laugh again, and for a moment, the world feels light, easy, simple. I shake my head, amused. I'll take 2 oranges, I say. Only 2, he jokes. That's not enough sunshine. I smile back. Maybe just the right amount for today. He nods, understanding more than the words alone say. He picks the 2 best oranges and places them gently in my bag. Enjoy them, he says. Enjoy the day. Thank you, I reply. As I walk away, I realize something important. Every interaction today has given me a small piece of something: kindness, softness, humor, connection. A piece of humanity. I look around again, and the market seems even more beautiful than before. Not because of the food or the colors, but because of the people, the energy, the shared moments. I keep walking, and ahead of me, I see a stall with handmade pottery cups, bowls, small plates, all painted with delicate patterns. The colors are gentle, earthy, calming. I feel myself drawn toward it. Something tells me that this next moment, this next interaction, might open something new inside me. I step closer to the stall. I step closer to the pottery stall, drawn in by the soft shapes and warm colors. The table is full of handmade cups, bowls, and small plates, each one a little different from the others. Some have tiny blue flowers painted on them. Some have simple brown circles. Some are uneven, imperfect, but somehow that makes them even more beautiful. They look like they were made slowly, with patience, with breath, with hands that understand the softness of clay. Behind the table stands a young man with gentle eyes and clay still dried at the edges of his nails. He smiles when he sees me approaching. "Good morning," he says, his voice calm and steady. "Good morning," I reply. "Your pottery is beautiful." "Thank you," he says, touching one of the bowls lightly with his fingertips. I make everything by hand. It takes time, but I think the time becomes part of the object. His words make me pause. The time becomes part of the object. I repeat it silently inside my head. There's something poetic about that, something true. I pick up a small cup. It is simple, cream-colored, with a soft blue line around the rim. It feels warm in my hands, like it remembers the shape of the hands that made it. "I like this one," I say.
He nods.
"That cup took me 3 tries," he says with a small laugh. "I wanted the blue line to be smooth, but I kept shaking that day. I almost threw it away, but something told me to try again." I look at the cup again, turning it slowly between my fingers. The blue line is not perfectly straight. It bends a little, dips slightly, rises again. It is human. It is real. It carries a story. Sometimes the imperfect things feel the most alive, I say quietly. He smiles softly, as if he has been waiting for someone to say that out loud. "Yes," he replies. "I think so too. We are all a little imperfect, but that's what makes us interesting." His words settle deep in my chest, in that quiet place where truth sits. For a moment, the world feels still. Just me, the cup in my hands, and a small realization rising slowly inside me. I am allowed to be imperfect, too. I am allowed to take time. I am allowed to try again. I place the cup on the table gently, but before I can say anything, the pottery seller adds, "Everyone who stops at this stall, they always touch this cup."
Something about it speaks to people.
Maybe it speaks to you too. I lift it again, holding it with both hands. It feels right. It feels like a reminder of today. Reminder that gentle moments can shape us, just like hands shape clay. "I'll take it," I say. He wraps the cup in soft brown paper, then places it inside a small protective bag before putting it into my tote bag. My bag is full now. Apples, bread, pastry, apricot jam, cheese, oranges, and a small imperfect cup. It feels like a collection of today's kindness. "Thank you," I say. "Thank you," he replies. "And be patient with yourself. Good things take time." I nod and walk away. And as I do, I feel that something inside me has shifted, quietly but clearly. The market hasn't just filled my bag. It has filled something in my heart, too. I walk back toward the center of the market, toward the street that leads home. The sounds of the market fade behind me as I step away from the crowd. Birds sing from above. My footsteps echo softly on the pavement. The sun is higher now, warm and golden, touching the tops of buildings and lighting the path in front of me. I take a deep breath, then another. Each one feels easier than the one before it. I pass the bakery again. I pass the flower stall. I pass the apple seller who waves at me when he recognizes my face. For a moment, I feel like I belong here, not as a stranger, but as part of this gentle morning rhythm. When I finally reach the quieter street that leads to my home, I slow down. Not because I am tired, but because I don't want the morning to end. I think about everything that happened. Not big things, small things. But sometimes small things are the ones that change you. A smile from a stranger, a taste of sweet jam, a warm piece of bread, a reminder to slow down, a cup made with imperfect hands. All of these little moments added up, piece by piece, into something whole. A quiet reminder that life is softer than I often let myself believe. As I walk the last few steps to my door, I feel lighter. Not because my bag is light, it is actually quite heavy now, but because my thoughts are softer, calmer, kinder. I open the door, step inside, and place the bag gently on the kitchen counter. The room welcomes me with silence, a peaceful silence, a silence that feels full, not empty. I take out the apples, the bread, the pastry, the jam, the cheese, the oranges, and finally, the pottery cup. I arrange them on the counter, one by one. The colors look bright against the soft morning light coming through the window. For a moment, I simply stand there and look at everything. All the small treasures of this gentle morning. All the pieces of kindness given by strangers. All the reminders that life still holds simple beauty. I pour myself a glass of water and sit down at the kitchen table. I place the small imperfect cup in front of me, and then I smile, a real smile, soft and quiet, rising naturally from somewhere deep and warm. Today, I went to the market, but the truth is, I found much more than fruit and bread. I found a little peace, a little joy, a little part of myself. The kitchen is quiet, filled only with soft morning light slipping through the window. I sit at the table with my hands resting around the small, imperfect cup, feeling its shape, its warmth, the tiny, uneven lines circling its rim. It is simple, calm, honest, everything I want to feel in this moment. Outside, the world moves forward. Cars pass in the distance. People head to work. Doors open and close. Life continues with its usual rhythm. But inside my kitchen, time feels slow,
soft,
like a gentle breath held in place. I look at the cup for a long moment, at its curves, at its soft color, at the slight bend of the blue line. I think about the potter's words. The time becomes part of the object, and I realize something quietly beautiful. The time I spent at the market today, the smiles, the small conversations, the tastes, the sounds, the colors, it has become a part of me, not in a loud, unforgettable way, not in a dramatic way, but in a soft, steady way, the kind that stays with you even when you don't notice. I take a deep breath and let it out slowly. When I woke up this morning, I didn't expect anything remarkable. I didn't expect to learn anything new. I didn't expect to feel anything special. I was simply going to the market. Something ordinary, something simple. But life often hides meaning inside ordinary moments. Sometimes, the world speaks to us gently, without words, without warnings, through the kindness of a stranger, through the smell of warm bread, through a jar of sweet jam, through a piece of cheese wrapped with care, through an orange that tastes like sunlight, through a cup made imperfectly, intentionally, beautifully. I close my eyes for a moment. I imagine the apple seller's calm smile, the jam maker's warm voice, the cheese seller's quiet wisdom, the orange seller's playful humor, the potter's gentle honesty. Every person I met today gave me something small but real. A reminder, a feeling,
A breath.
a moment. It's strange how deeply small human connections can touch us. A few words, a small laugh, a tiny offering, and suddenly the world feels softer. Sometimes I forget that life doesn't always have to be loud to be meaningful. It doesn't always have to be big to be beautiful. Some days are made of grand events, but some days, maybe the most important days, are made of simple things. A slow walk, a warm smell, a kind voice, a gentle realization. I stand up from the table and begin putting everything away neatly. The apples into a bowl, the bread on the counter, the jam in the cabinet, the cheese in the refrigerator, the oranges near the window where the light touches them, the cup. I keep the cup with me. I pour a little warm tea into it and watch the steam rise into the air. It curls slowly, gently, like a small whisper of the morning. I take a sip. It is warm and comforting. Maybe the tea tastes the same as always, but I feel it differently. I feel the softness of the day inside it. As I sit down once more, I suddenly remember the cheese seller's words. "You look like someone who needs a peaceful day." He was right. I did. More than I knew. And today gave me that. Not because I planned it, not because I searched for it, but because I allowed myself to notice,
To breathe. To feel. To connect.
to let small moments touch me. I look around my kitchen and see it differently now. Not as a place I simply live in, but as a place I return to. A place that holds my quiet mornings, my slow cups of tea, my thoughts, my small discoveries. The sunlight has grown stronger. It paints soft golden lines on the counter and glows against the apples. Everything looks warmer now. Everything feels more alive. And I realize something. Peace is not something we find far away. It is something we feel when we finally slow down enough to notice what has always been here. The market taught me that today. Not in words, not in lessons, but in tiny pieces of kindness scattered through ordinary moments. I finish my tea and hold the cup between my hands one last time before setting it gently on the table. The imperfect blue line catches the light and shines softly back at me. It reminds me of myself. A little uneven, a little imperfect, but still whole, still enough,
Still here.
I stand up and stretch. The day is beginning now, really beginning, and I feel ready for it. Not because everything is perfect, not because I solved all my problems, but because today I remembered something important. Life feels different when you let it touch you. I walk to the window, open it slightly, and let fresh air flow into the room. The sounds of the street reach me: cars, footsteps, laughter, voices. But they don't feel heavy. They feel alive. I close my eyes again for a moment and smile. Today began with a simple idea. I go to the market, and somehow it became a gentle reminder that it is okay to slow down, okay to feel deeply, okay to be human. As I step away from the window, I know that this morning will stay with me, quietly, softly, as a warm memory I can return to whenever life feels too loud. I take one last look at the cup on the table,
Yes, today was a gentle day.
and maybe tomorrow can be one too. Thank you for listening to this gentle story on English Listening Practice Hub. My name is Emma, and I am grateful to share this quiet moment with you today. Remember, every time you listen, your English improves naturally, slowly, softly, like a calm morning walk. If you enjoyed this story, stay with us for the next one. There will always be new journeys, new emotions, and new moments to explore together. Make sure to subscribe, listen again whenever you want, and let your learning grow with every word. Take care, be gentle with yourself, and see you in the next episode.